going to do much differently because there is just so much stuff out there that people have done over the years. We're going to be, why has it failed and why hasn't it worked? First thing we're going to do is an audit, for want of a better word, a review, look at what's been done over the last 30 or 40 years. I've got to report back to the Prime Minister by February, March, February. A couple of things are missing from Indigenous Affairs. We tend to go and process. We tend to spend a lot of money for very limited outcomes. And we've got to change that.
And do you take the axe to things that don't work? Do you have a clear-eyed thing and say, that's not measuring up, off it goes?
Look, to be honest, we've avoided that type of conversation because as soon as you stand up and say, I'm going to actual program, that you get resistance, fighting and brawling. What we want to bring people on, this is the important part, this is the point we've got to get. What we want to do is bring them on a journey so that they explain to us how they operate and why this is happening, so we understand that, and then they understand that we want outcomes in this area, and then we'll start moving forward. It's not about axing programs or bringing new programs in. It's about results, and that's what we've got to focus on.
And would it ever be about sending the military back into Indigenous communities as was done under the intervention?
Not as far as I'm concerned. Actually, the military does have a play. One of the ideas we're looking at is how do we get surgery and medical stuff into Indigenous communities? And I just had sitting there one day having a cup of tea, and I normally do. And I said, well, during the tsunami of Indonesia, Sumatra and the Indian Ocean, and I said, well, the military's got to train for emergency services and war situations. So they've got to go in there, set up a hospital, do surgery, then move it on. So
can you see field hospitals in Indigenous communities?
I reckon that's something we could play. One, the military trains, because it's for operations and state emergency operations and setting these things up. The Aboriginal community get medical service and things happening within their communities. So we've got to get innovative, we've got to think differently. And it's not about cutting programs or bringing new programs in. It's about focusing on the outcome and then putting in place how we do that outcome.
Now, a final question to you. It's you were saying to me before that after your tweet last night,